Hi and welcome to another L22CHO video. I've just finished the Sunday Crest Autosport League race with the Clan. Quite a tough session in qualifying. We're here in the Ginetta GT5 G40 cars doing the Brands Hatch Indy circuit, which is quite short. You're looking at about 55-56 seconds a lap roughly for some of the quicker lads. But obviously in a 25-minute race it's going to turn a lot of laps. It's going to be a bit of sliding action, a bit of spinning maybe. So there's going to be a lot of traffic on the racetrack. So this race is quite intense. I'm not going to spoil it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do something a bit different today. I'm going to be on board with myself throughout the whole duration, and I'm going to sort of spill my mindset as we're going through the race. So without further ado, I'm going to start. So I've qualified in third position behind Krave and the Nemesis 69. Behind me we've got a stunning lap by Bobby Dazzler, Rob Davis, absolutely flying lap there, mate. Well done. And then obviously we've got the usual suspects: Fox, Daz Crete, Glenn, Alex, Captain Slow, Matty, Jez. You know, everyone on there. You can see quick lads. So here we go. Not quite sure why the replays do that. You can see there on the right in the mirror, Fox had a tremendous start. I just managed to, you can't quite see on it here, but Krave is actually just slightly to my left. There he is. So I try and give him as much space as possible coming out of here, keeping it right. So I'm in second position here after lap one. Got Nemesis in front, I've got Krave behind. I've not done a lot of practice for this race, so there's not quite the consistency at the start of the race that I'd like to have usually in a normal race. But towards the back end of this race, obviously getting the laps under my belt, I find to start finding a bit more of a steady rhythm. So you can see here, there's a lot of sliding. Don't like sliding these cars too much, you can overheat the tyres quite easily. It's a great circuit this week. You can see the other cars coming down the first corner. It's a shame this view just slightly cuts out the mirror, to be fair, because it would have been nice just to keep an eye on Krave's, see how far back he is. I must admit the start of this race was a lot better than I was anticipating. The last couple of races I've had in the Ginettas I've lost it on turn 2 for some reason, so it's just nice to have a good position early on in the race where I can actually start to relax, get into the rhythm. racing in VR, when you hit the bottom of this hill here, you don't half get a crazy effect. You really feel the weight in your stomach. So here comes the first back marker that Nemesis is just about to line up. I was a little bit hesitant on the throttle here just in case he came across the track. And this ends lap 5, now going on to lap 6. Got to admit, these custom liveries that everybody's done are superb to watch. Two sideways there. Here comes Krave on the inside. Try to keep it wide, let him go through, keep it clean. Great overtake. First opportunity, straight in, no messing about, superb. Just going into lap 9 now, and we've got Nemesis first, Krave second, and myself in third. So what I do here, the next few laps, I'm just trying to suss out where he's quicker than me, where he might be slower than me, and just try and keep the pressure on as much as possible. Normally I back off a little bit and give myself a bit of space to breathe so that I don't do things like that. But obviously Krave's pretty fast. I can race pretty close with Krave usually, and knowing his race skills at quite a high level, I'm able to obviously trust that there's not going to be any craziness between us. So great opportunity. Just a shame that I got a little bit too sideways there going into that left-hander. So he's pulled about 1.2 seconds gap roughly, I believe, in this lap from memory. Looks like there's a good overtake coming into turn 1. About 5 cars in the chain there, looking good. These laps seem to come by pretty fast. You've got to be careful with turn 1. If you get in there too hot and you end up too wide, that gravel trap on the left back there doesn't half pull your car in, and you're looking at least minimum a second time gone straight away. That corner there, I get sideways quite a lot. I'm turning in whilst I'm braking. A bit of trail braking these cars does rotate the car. And really, I should have turned into the corner a little bit more earlier, got on the brake a bit harder then, and I might not have had the same rotation. Sterling job, by the way, for the back marker. Obviously using his mirrors quite well. I'm not sure if you've seen the other video that I just did recently regarding the super light catering around the go-karting track. That's probably helped with this car around some of them tight corners like the hairpin there, getting used to the car sliding around, correcting the oversteer. Although I've not done much practice in this car at this track, that sort of training, if you like, with the throttle and steering control certainly helps at times like this. Recommend it to everybody, bit of fun as well. So we're within half a second now with Krave. Great muscle memory as well by Neil. The lap times were very consistent. So Nemesis here is starting to pull away. I think it's got about a 3.5, 4 second gap at this point. Absolute machine. Obviously running very consistently at some very fast times. So well done on that behalf. What I like, if you're out in front on your own, is you can sort of turn the race into a bit of a time trial session, like hot lapping. So you haven't really got the pressure behind. You can really get in a nice focus like you would in the time trial, and just start knocking the laps out. It's a great rhythm to be in, and obviously to get in that position you have to work hard, get a good time trial, get a good qualifying time in at the start, and obviously make sure the laps all count at the start of the race to give you that space that you need to allow that type of mindset. So he's done really well there, excellent. So as we come on to lap 15, there's a few more back markers coming up that we have to try and negotiate. I noticed he was a bit faster than Neil Krave coming into that corner, so a little bit extra brake, over-rotated the car slightly, and a little bit the same around the chicane as well. A couple of my stronger points, but around this left-hander, I couldn't live with Neil around here. He seemed to get this just right every. So we'll try to keep the pressure on, stay within this half a second gap, hopefully try and force him into a bit of a mistake. Obviously there's a few back markers coming up slowly. This will give me an opportunity, potentially, to try and get past if there's a bit of a hold up. But as it happens, everybody in the race seems to be really good now in the Crest clan. Blue flags obviously help, but the sportsmanship is really good. So I had a slightly poor line into this, so I slid it round, which isn't ideal for the rear tyres. But again, that was Hendo giving us a bit of breathing space as we battle on. So I thought I might have had an opportunity around this next corner, but unfortunately I had to wipe enough speed off here that I didn't have the advantage into this next corner. So I also raced with Neil on a Thursday Porsche Cup Championship. It's actually GT3, but for some reason I keep calling it the Porsche Cup, which is bad practice because there's actually a Porsche Cup car as well in AMS2. But unfortunately for Krave, he had a bad incident right at the start of the race where he was taken out, and obviously that's kind of scuppered his pointing system already in the first race. So I was very conscious whilst being close to Neil here that if I was going to make a move, it had to be very clean, professional, and whatever happened, my goal was to not take him out, so I had that on the back of my mind. But to be fair, his pace is really good. I've not really had many opportunities at this point. So we're on lap 19, got a couple of back markers coming up. Alex is now up to 4th position, roughly 16 seconds behind Nemesis. Me and Krave are battling about 5.5 to 6 seconds behind Nemesis. As you can see there, it's quite tight through there, especially when you've got back markers in the mix, with a little bit of a speed difference. The goal here was obviously to try and get past the back markers as quick as possible, so that there's no additional delta between me and Neil. So I backed out of it here slightly because I saw Neil coming across the track. As you saw there, the car started to over-rotate because I'd applied a bit more brake because I saw him moving over. That might have given me the inside line coming to this corner, maybe. But again, absolute priority is safe, clean racing. Respect the guys around you, and to be honest, I was quite enjoying this this close battle. Thank you, Cole. Evo Mike getting his paintwork dirty. If you've not seen Evo Mike's videos, I recommend you check them out. Absolutely hilarious. He's top man. So here am I up Krave, thinking about the inside, seeing if he's going to move, if he starts to race defensively or not. As it happens, he holds his line. I wasn't going to overtake at this point, I just wanted to see how he'd react to a bit of a manoeuvre. There's a fine balance with that corner between sliding it round, getting the rotation, but also getting on the power early enough that you don't lose your drive onto the top straight. I haven't quite mastered that corner yet, but as you can see, it always pulls a gap. If I could just get that last corner right, I might have been in a better position for these two, but that's one of his stronger corners. Not sure why I went into fourth here, just lost a little bit of concentration there maybe. Not ideal line either. I think I was just trying to get that little bit extra drive just to get that last corner corrected so I can try and make an overtake within the first couple of corners. But unfortunately, the harder you try with these cars, the more you end up spinning it up, so it's a fine balance. So I try and keep it as tight as possible this time. I'm just trying different things, anything to try and give me the run that's required. I'm obviously a little bit quicker in the first two corners. That's my goal, to get on the inside around turn 1 and then obviously make the move in turn 2 around the hairpin. But you can see here I'm a lot closer, but with the car sliding, I take my opportunity, but I don't want to run wide into Neil, so I'll back out of it. There's a couple of laps to go yet. It's not worth the risk. I was crapping myself there, I'm not going to lie. That car was pretty close to my rear bumper as it spun round. Gladly didn't have any contact. Fair play to Neil here, by the way. He doesn't go wide on any of the corners, doesn't really give me an opportunity to just let the car roll in to the inside. He hits all the apexes exceptionally well, especially under the pressure. This is all within, you know, 0.3, 0.4 of a second. Great stuff. You might have heard me there, a few goes at the front. I'm just trying to find the point where I can get on it as soon as possible without spinning it. Just really trying. That's me Achilles heel at the moment, that last corner. I just need that drive to make my move stick. That was another brown pants moment. I was hoping this was going to be the lap for the overtake. Not quite close enough. Well done, Neil. Absolutely superb race that, mate. So we're just having a bit of fun here now. Pull up alongside him, obviously in VR. It's nice to have a look over, meet your competitor, and then a bit of drifting around the next couple of corners is a bit of fun. Well, thanks for watching. Well done, Nemesis. Absolutely stellar performance. And Neil, thanks for an absolutely amazing battle. Well done, everybody else. Superb.